Time right now is 6:02. For the first time, we're hearing from the former St. Anthony police officer at the center of the deadly shooting of Philando Castile.
The BCA released its case file after Geronimo Yanez was acquitted of manslaughter. Ellery McCardle joins us now. And Ellery, in that BCA interview that they released, Geronimo Yanez talks about the fear that he was feeling that night.
Yeah, that's right, guys. That interview was recorded the day after the shooting. It's all new for us because the judge never allowed it to be played in court. In it, we hear Yanez talk about the threat he felt from Philando Castile. Listen to this.
It just seemed like he was pulling out the gun and the barrel just kept coming out. It seemed like something was just coming out, and I thought it was a gun, and I thought it was a barrel just coming out.
Dash cam video multiple times. It shows the shooting, but it doesn't show inside of Castile's car, so you can't tell if Castile was actually reaching for a gun. Also released the autopsy on Castile showing where 5 bullets hit him and photos of where 2 more hit inside of his car. And now we're getting more insight into why the jury decided to acquit Yanez. That's coming up at 6:30. Kim?
All right, thank you very much. A second juror came forward yesterday saying the state did not prove its case beyond any doubt.
Was he telling the truth? You don't know, and the state didn't prove that he was dishonest. No, and it wasn't.
That was Benita Schultz, who says before the jury reached its decision, the jury was split 8-4 in favor of acquittal. That split lasted for a couple of days. Schultz says she does want the Castile family to understand that the jurors did not take their work lightly. You can find more coverage on KARE11.com of this new evidence that's released, or the evidence that was released, including the dash cam video and the full transcript of that BCA interview with Geronimo Yanez.
How long will the American public have to read this bill? How many days?
Oh, they'll have plenty of time.
The senators on both sides of the aisle disagree with Majority Leader Mitch McConnell. The vote coming within the next week. They say they want to know what's in the bill, who it covers, and at what cost. Or, put it another way, what are we voting on? Melissa Colorado joins us now at the preview of the story she's working on for 6:30.
Well, Tim, those are all valid questions that senators from both sides of the aisle, they are asking this morning, and they might get some answers tomorrow. The key Senate Republicans in charge of crafting this new bill will release a draft of what insiders are calling the best kept secret in Washington, D.C. All right, so why all the secrecy? Well, NBC News reports Republican leaders are trying to come up with a measure that will appeal to both conservatives and moderates within their own party. Since all Democrats are against repealing the Affordable Care Act, Republicans can only lose 2 votes from their own party in order for this bill to pass. Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell says they're aiming for a vote by the end of next week. Among the Democrats pushing back against the GOP health care bill, Minnesota Senator Al Franken. Yesterday, he called on Republicans to join him on a trip to our state and meet a 3-year-old boy suffering from leukemia. His parents rely on the ACA for his treatment. You'll hear more from Senator Al Franken next at 6:30. Tim.
Thank you, Melissa. A big win for Republicans last night, keeping congressional seats in both South Carolina and Georgia. Karen Handel winning Georgia's open congressional seat, beating Democrat Jon Ossoff by more than 9,700 votes. Since President Trump took office, Republicans have won 4 special elections.
And a special thanks to the President of the United States of America.
Democrats were banking that President Trump's unpopularity would mean a flip of the district, which has traditionally been in Republican hands since Jimmy Carter's presidency.
Another terror attack investigation is underway right now overseas. Belgian counterterrorism police are investigating the motives of a suspected suicide bomber who was shot dead after he set off explosives at a Brussels railway station. No one was injured. This happened yesterday, and the station reopened overnight. This follows attacks in both Paris and London in recent days.
It's not just 1 or 2 copycats. It is this sense that if one individual can do it, then others can as well.
Now, we've seen a wave of terror attacks across Europe over the past few weeks, starting in Manchester with a bomb at the Ariana Grande concert, a van and a knife attack on the London Bridge. In Paris, a man attacked a police officer with a hammer in front of Notre Dame. And then Sunday night in London, a man with a van mowed down Muslims who were leaving a prayer service. President Trump's son-in-law and chief Middle East advisor Jared Kushner is headed to the region this morning. He's been tasked with the ambitious plan to lay the groundwork for a peace deal between Palestinians and Israelis. An investigation into Russia's interference into the 2016 election is heating up today. In just a few hours, former Homeland Security Secretary Jeh Johnson is facing questions about what his agency found. And special counsel Robert Mueller will also be sitting down with the top members of the Senate Judiciary Committee to ensure that there is no conflict between the investigation he's conducting and the probes that are being conducted by the Senate panel. Sven?
Yeah, another record-setting day in Phoenix yesterday. It was almost 120 degrees, 119 to be exact, in the shade. That's how we measure the temperatures. It was so hot that even trying to get into a car was dangerous, with temperatures reaching up to 50 degrees hotter inside some vehicles.
Or even touching the steering wheel in a car can cause burns.
On a scale of 1 to 10 of grueling scale, it's an 11.
It was so hot in Death Valley, California, sidewalks and roads buckled. Train tracks buckled in Bakersfield, throwing 17 cars off the track. I'll have a look at the heat headed our way, maybe coming later next week. For now, we're in kind of a cooler pattern in just a few minutes.
Thank you, Sven. It may be warm, but we're thinking about the ice and specifically about the new jerseys the Minnesota Wild will be sporting next season. If you haven't seen them, here they are. There's a logo over the center bar stripe, simple numerical digits, and the vintage Minnesota M that we saw with the Stadium Series unis. Adidas, which made the jerseys, claims these uniforms are lighter, cooler, and stronger. Eric Howla may never get to wear one of those Wild new jerseys. Tonight, the Las Vegas Golden Knights, the NHL's new expansion team, gets to pluck one player from every team's roster, but there's growing speculation that Vegas may sign Howla, restricted free agent, satisfying league requirement of having access to one player from each team. In the meantime, Matt Dumba, Marco Scandella, and Eric Stahl are also on the protected list. And Friday is the first round of the NHL draft, and there are 3 Minnesota players who could very well go in that first round, including former Lakeville North star Ryan Poehling.
All 3 of us played high school hockey, so it's good to see people like that. And like kids will remember, hey, like I'm playing high school hockey. I remember Ryan Poehling, Casey Milstead, Jake Ottinger, those guys played. So I mean, it's pretty cool all around for the state of Minnesota.
Poehling just finished his freshman season at St. Cloud State. The center's just 18 years old and completed high school early so he could play with his brothers. The entire Poehling family plans to join Ryan in Chicago for the draft.
How exciting for them.
Yeah. Woo. I was a Husky. I don't know if you knew that, Tim. He's
Sven
still learning
was a
about
Husky.
me. Sven was a Husky. We have quite a few.
I'm not going to hold it against you.
Oh, those are fighting words, Tim McNiff.
Oh, no, we're all love from here at KARE 11 Sunrise. Come on.
One big happy family.
Yes.
A nice day for the I almost said last day of summer. First full day
Please
of summer.
don't get us there
don't
yet.
go there.
We'll be there before you know it.
I know.
Clouds moving in off to the west. A couple of sprinkles west of here, but we'll be dry most of the day. We'll see sunshine much of the day, too. Headed close to 80, and then some thunderstorms towards evening will become a little bit more of a possibility.
And the morning commute, pretty quiet start. Yesterday we had a little bit of rain, which caused quite a few accidents already at this time, but we've been accident-free this morning, which is what we love to see. That little bit of purple down in the southeast corner of the metro, that's 110 eastbound. Reminder that is still closed. Drive times right now looking good, looking average.
Speaking of driving, one of the driving forces behind Uber stepped down overnight, not by choice.
Also teaching financial responsibility, how parents can help their kids save money and prepare them for the years ahead.
Did you guys see the food unveiling for the state fair?
I sure
Yes,
did.
no, thumbs up, thumbs down. Yeah, the name of one particular item, though, leaving a bad taste in organizers' mouths.